Yo guys, what's up? TheKrazyDev back with another video. In this video, I'm making a super simple health bar system that's, well, super simple and just amazing. Again, I'm very happy with how simple this is, and it should only take us a couple minutes. It only has a simple one custom block, and you can use it to render multiple sprites at once, or multiple progress bars. And it doesn't work for just health bars, it works for any kind of progress bar you need. It's super simple, so let's just get straight into making it. The first things first is you're going to need a costume. Now, this costume can be whatever you want. I'm currently at 16 pixels wide, which you can see your pixels right in the underneath your sprite. So I'm at 16 pixels wide. It's a pretty good chunk, but again, you just need a little health cube, and then that's basically all you're going to need for the actual health bar sprite. That's it. Okay, so first things first, let's create a variable called offset, and this is for this sprite only, as nothing else will use it in the whole game. I also recommend making this variable visible and changing it to a slider, and we'll mess around with those values later, but for now you can set it to something small. I'm going to change my maximum value to 20. A good rule of thumb is you take your sprite size, which again, mine's 16 width wise, so I'm going to set my offset to 16, and that's basically kind of a rule of thumb for this offset variable, but I'll showcase that later so it makes more sense. And let's just jump straight into it. Let's make a block called render bar. This is a custom block that whenever we call it with the correct values, will create a new progress bar wherever we tell it to. So that's why we need some values here. We need an input called X, which will be where we're going to actually render this bar on the X-axis. One for the Y-axis, a size, which again will be the size or how many, the size of the progress bar, so boom. And then we're going to need another one, which instead of size is our value, so the actual value of our thing, and then a final input called max value, boom. And then make sure, this is very important, do not skip this part, run without screen refresh, or else it'll be very slow and it'll just be super janky. Just don't, make sure to mark that. Now, I know we have a lot of inputs here, but they're pretty simple in how we use them. So we first just need to make sure our sprite is showing, so when you can actually create clones and stuff. And then we're going to go to X, Y, and we're going to go to Y here. So on the Y axis, just go to our Y input value. And then on the X axis, we need to, there's two methods. So if you're looking for a simple health bar, maybe to put it in the left of your screen, you can just insert X and it'll work perfectly fine. But if you want it to grow from the center of the health bar, like in the example of it being above a character's head, in which the health bar scales on both sides, there's a simple little equation we can do right here. But if you don't want to do this part, that's totally fine. You can skip it. All we have to do is grab a few division blocks like so, and we actually need one more, a subtraction block, and then the absolute block, which we need to change the absolute block to be a ceiling, which just rounds upwards. And all we have to do is, in the left side of our subtraction block, we're going to subtract our X input by an equation here, which will just be our max value divided by size. And then we divide value by this block right here. So max value divided by size, we divide value by that. And then we divide this by 2. This basically just finds the center of our bar. We also need to ceiling this. And then we need to just multiply this. I forgot that. We need to multiply this by our offset. So this will get the correct coordinate. And then we subtract our X from that, and that'll render it centered and grow from the center. And boom, that's that. I know it looks big, but it's actually very simple. Next, we need to repeat a block, and we're going to create a short thing here. All we need to do is go absolute, change it from absolute to ceiling. And we ultimately just need to do the same thing we did up here. So we just need to take value, and we need to divide it by max value divided by size. So divide max value by size, and then divide value by that, and then grab the ceiling of that, and repeat by that. So boom, very simple. After that, we're going to just simply do two commands. Create a clone myself, and we're just going to change our X by offset. And then finally, we're just going to hide ourselves. And voila. Basically, we have a full working health bar system right here. The only reason I say basically is we just have to actually use this block to render it. So I'm going to first create a broadcast here. So when I receive, I'm going to change this to not message one, but a message called clear bar. And when we call this, we just need to delete this clone, and this will just delete all current bars being rendered. The reason I make this block is so we can go when green flag clicked forever, and we're going to need to broadcast clear bars. This will just every frame clear all previously rendered bars so we can render new ones. Which, to render a new one, we just need to grab our render bar block, and boom. And all we have to do is grab the values of our player here. So I don't know how many people know this. I'm sure a lot do, but if you go to sensing and then go to the bottom here, there's a block called backdrop of stage, and it allows you to grab values from other sprites. So changing it from stage, I can change it to my player, which is just a simple player script where I can move around like so. And this is who I'm going to be attaching the health bar to anyways. Inside my player, I have a variable called health, and this is what I actually want my health progress bar to update to. So I'm going to first go to the X position of player, and then I want to go to his Y position, but I'm going to add an offset so it appears above him. So I'll do 85. Boom, like so. I'm gonna do a size of, let's say 8. And for the value, again, we just use this block I was telling you about earlier and change it from Y position to our health variable. And the reason I don't just grab the player health variable from the side is this player health variable is a private for this sprite only variable. So I must access it using this block. And then I insert it into value and then the max value. Now the max value is the max value your progress bar can go up to. So for mine, health, my player's max value for his health is 100. So all you have to do is set max health to 100, like so. And that's literally it. If I hit play, we now have a working health bar above our player. Boom. So we have this working health bar, super simple. But you see, if I start dragging, I'll zoom in here. As I start dragging the health down, his health actually shrinks and scales. As you see, I have a bunch of gaps. Now, if you have gaps in your health bar, that means to lower your offset variable until you don't. But once you don't decrease it anymore, or also shrink the size. Like technically you can, but I don't really see a point doing that. And as you see now, if I take his health and increase and decrease it, it's like this. Now, if you're not happy with the size of it or how smooth it is, you can increase the size like so in your block here, change it to something, let's say 12. And it does make it bigger. You can also shrink the offsets, and this will technically make it smoother. But you can also just decrease the size. So, you know, maybe 16 sprite, bit too big. So I'm just going to shrink it down, center it. That's now 12 pixels. So boom. So I'm going to now change my offset to 12, and I don't need 12 sprites anymore. I'll do 8. So boom, I have my health here. I'll set my offset to 11 actually, and that looks a bit better in my opinion. But you see, it fully works and it increments. So you can go totally wild, changing attributes, all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, but you see the health bar works and it decreases and increases. And if you want to know what the size variable is actually doing, it's ultimately just chooses how many clones you create for a health bar when it's at max value. And you can just mess around with the attributes however you need them. Let's say I want to render a boss health bar at the bottom of my screen. That's super simple. I'm just going to go to 0 on the hex, -50, size. I'm going to set the size to something like, it's a boss health bar. It's going to need a bit more. I'm going to do 15. And I'll actually decrease the players to 8 because I don't need 10 for the pit play. For the value, it's going to be another one of these sensing blocks like so. But instead of player, I'm grabbing it from my boss sprite, and instead of X position, it's health. So that's the value. And my boss health can only go up to 250, so I'm gonna set that's the max value. And if I hit play, you now see I have a health bar at the bottom of the screen. And like I was saying earlier, if you don't, as you can see, the health bars increment from the middle of the screen, not the side, or from the middle of the health bar, not the left side. If you want to change that, let's say you want to have a health bar in the bottom left corner. Let's actually do it. Let's just put a health bar in the bottom left corner. I'll do -220, and this will be like -150. So this will be our player health bar. If you want to render from the left side to the right, not the middle outwards, just simply remove this whole thing of color here and just go burn and just go to X, go to Y. And as you see, the health bar is now on the bottom left of the screen because I tell it to render there in this block right here. But if I choose my health, it goes right to left instead of middle. And boom. And if I want, maybe increase the size of it. I'll do 12. And I can increase the player health, and voila, it's looking really good with 12 right there. Increase that a bit, boom. And look at that, I have a health bar, it fully works. So, and it matches my player health. So again, super simple and super easy to use. You just mess around with this render bar. You just change your offset based on your sprite size. And you can bounce between using just simple X or this block right here. It's super simple and you can use it in literally every game. I don't know what I wouldn't use this for. So, you know, if I just need a simple health bar right here, I can put it right there. Or let's say I need health sprites all above them. I can use it for that as well. It also works with stamps. If you don't want to use clones, you can replace create clone myself with the stamp block. So I'll remove create clone myself. And instead of using this broadcast clear bar, you can remove that and just do erase all. And now you're not using your clones at all. So it gives you more clone space and probably some performance. But the only downside of using stamps is, well, now the player is on top of it. Anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you guys liked the video. Again, a very simple and easy to use health bar system. If you guys liked the video, please consider liking, as it puts this video out to more people so more people can learn about this health bar system. And it also motivates me to continue making more tutorials and just scratch videos in general. And if you guys want, you can subscribe, but that's totally up to you guys. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.